Welcome in or welcome back to Yew Tree Tarot. My name's Kerry and we're going to do a pick a card reading today of what or who you can expect to come in the next week. So we will pull 3 oracle cards. I'll leave them face down. You can then see which card you just kind of are drawn to. Okay, we just give these a shuffle. That's good. So that's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So just take a moment, maybe pause the video, take a breath. Don't take too long, but just see which of those cards, if any, you're drawn to. And then there will be timestamps for pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3 in the description below the video. I'll see you in your piles. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the first card, this is your pile. So I think we will, as I say, we'll flip the oracle card at the end, see what advice it has for us. So we'll put down some base energy with the Rider-Waite and we'll clarify with a different deck to get a bit more information before we get to the end and flip over the oracle card. So what or who have you got coming in this week? What can you expect, pile number 1? Shuffling, shuffling, everybody's shuffling. Okay. So we've got Temperance, 4 of Cups, and the King of Cups. So Temperance is a nice feeling, balance. It's a major arcana, so some look at it as maybe a bit of divine protection, which is always nice. Could be something that you're not quite ready to grab, or with the 4 of Cups here, there's something that could be a little bit hesitant about. But the King of Cups, he's a stable king. His Cups is water, so Cups is emotion. He looks fairly steady and stable there on his throne. Okay, so we will get some clarifiers. I think we'll use the Wild Unknown. So please tell us why Temperance is here for pile 1. What or who can they expect to arrive or become seen this week? Okay. So we have the Fool. So you're starting something new potentially. It's the first card on the first card of the tarot deck, where the adventure begins. He's about to jump off of this branch into the unknown potentially. Fledge, as that's a little bird on the card, a young baby bird. Okay. The 8 of Pentacles. So this could potentially be a work opportunity. The 8 of Pentacles is generally about working towards your goals, working towards what you like. Pentacles tend to be earth-based, so it could be money or health. But it looks like you're about to start a new journey, possibly money or health. And then the King of Wands. He's very passionate, forward going. He kind of means business. So he's kind of had some inspiration. I don't know if you can see the lightning strike coming in. Looks like he's getting some inspiration or guidance, possibly from this chap, to push through something. Okay, so to clarify the Four of Cups. Why has pile 1 got the Four of Cups? And what to expect or who to expect. Okay, we got the Ten of Pentacles, which is basically a card of fulfillment, a card of having all your ducks in a row, having stable family life, stable home life, stable finances. Not sure why this guy is a little reluctant, but I'll clarify a bit further. The Two of Pentacles, so that can represent a decision needing to be made, kind of teetering between two options potentially. Maybe frustration. And the Knight of Pentacles. So it does seem a very pentacly based reading, which, as I say, is generally health or wealth. So the Knight of Pentacles, he's slow, deliberate, but he's steady. He gets there. He's very reliable. So I think maybe be careful in the middle of the week not to start feeling like it's a waste of time or like you can't be bothered. You know, he looks a bit despondent. So I think maybe you start off with a bit good flair beginning of the week, and then possibly you kind of lose a bit of impetus midweek. But I think, as he's saying, to get to your Ten of Pentacles, you've really got to carry on, put in the work, even if you're not seeing huge results. So then let's clarify this King of Cups. Sitting on his throne. He's got a nice cup there. It's interesting, there's cups in all of the base energies. So I mean, it could be about a relationship, but it could be about a new start in a relationship that you're working on and that you feel very passionate about, but then you're sort of not sure whether you're getting the feedback that makes you want to drive it forward towards your Ten of Pentacles, and you get a bit dithery. But I think the advice is to just carry on, just push through. But we'll see. So the King of Cups, why is he here for pile 1? We've got the Three of Swords, which is traditionally a card of heartbreak. We've got the Moon, which is generally about things not being seen, unknown things not ready to reveal themselves yet. And we've got the Two of Cups. So, Two of Cups is generally things coming together, two soulmates coming together, things working out nicely in balance. Two cups, two roses. It's a nice balanced forward movement. So with the King of Cups, perhaps you're feeling a bit reserved still towards the end of the week. He looks kind of like he's not 100% certain that he wants to trust anybody. He's probably a little bit cautious because he doesn't want to get hurt or let down, heartbroken. So because there is some uncertainty around whatever's coming in. If it was a job, then possibly it started looking great, you threw yourself into it with abandon, and then started getting a bit, as you settle into a new job, you kind of you get involved in the office politics, and you realise that the coffee machine goes on the blink and it doesn't get fixed for a week, or the reality sets in a little bit. So then you were kind of like, right, I'm going to try and push through, but I'm going to be keeping a bit more of an open mind as to whether this is positive for me or whether it's going to be sketchy for me. You know, it's not quite sure yet. You hadn't quite made a decision on whether it is what you're definitely looking for. But then the Two of Cups would suggest that things kind of come into balance, you hit your stride. You know, I don't know, maybe you start going to the gym, and the first few days you were really excited, and then the middle of the week you kind of, you know, the Wednesday hump day was a bit tricky, but then by the end of the week you've kind of settled into it. You're just going to have to do it, push through, and then probably you hadn't seen the benefits, so the benefits were being unknown, but then towards the end of the week you started seeing a better balance of receiving 2 cups. So that's quite nice. Right, I think we'll just turn over your oracle card for the advice. And we've got number 46, which is soar. So yeah, I think maybe soaring above difficulties, but we'll see. We'll read it from the book. Number 46. Number 46, soar. Have the confidence to fly. Get up, open your wings, and feel the supportive wind carry you to your destination. There are no obstacles in your way. Now is the time to move. Conjure up your courage and take action. Soar brings a rush of energy and an open channel to receive the information needed to progress quickly with confidence towards your goal. It is in this space that blocks are removed and events flow beautifully as you sail on to success. So yeah, that seems quite fitting. I think, yeah, it won't run fully smoothly, whether it is love or work or health improvements or difficulties. But I think, yeah, you just got to grab it and believe that you really can take that flight from him to him. That's what you want to be. Okay, pile number 1, I hope that was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hello, pile number 2. If you picked the second card, this is your pile. We'll leave that there and we'll flip it at the end, but we will get some energy, some information from the tarot cards. We put down 3 base energy layers with one deck and then clarify with a different deck. So I think we'll use the lights here for the base energy for this pile. I hope you can't hear the wind in the background. Susan, my dog, is determined to sleep outside in the Baltic wind and like the door left open. So I hope it's not too distracting. Okay. Let's give these a good shuffle. One is Justice. We've also got the 4 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. So Justice talks about balance. It's a major arcana, so it can be kind of divine justice. I think we'll clarify that with the Rider-Waite. So the 4 of Pentacles card of kind of holding back a bit, maybe. Can be talk of being a miser, and then the 6 of Wands card of celebration. So let's see, who or what does pile 2 have coming in this week? What can they expect this week? Okay, so why is Justice here? Got the Ace of Swords. So that tends to be either a truth coming in. Swords are words and thoughts, so possibly a new truth, could be a new opportunity or some new information coming in. Got the Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So the Four of Swords is a card of kind of taking a break, healing, feeling rested, getting some good rest. But the Eight of Swords is a card of being in a bit of a mental prison of your own making. So she's not trapped in there. She could easily walk out, but she'd need to take that blindfold off. So it's very swordsy. So I think you can expect some kind of communication or information coming in this week. I'm not sure what it's about yet. Let's see why the Four of Pentacles is here. So to clarify the Four of Pentacles, we have the Two of Swords, more swords, the Six of Wands, which is what we have over here as our final card for the week, main card, and the Eight of Wands. So I think that there is some information or a message or something coming in, a thought maybe, could be a thought, and you're a little, so it looks like you're a little reluctant maybe to dive in with this information. You kind of not quite ready to incorporate it. Maybe it's a truth you didn't want to hear, and it's kind of got you up in your head a little. Two of Swords is generally a card of decision. As you see, she's also blindfolded, as is the lady in the Eight of Swords. So it seems that there might be a bit of a lack of clarity, mental clarity. You might be kind of not really able to see the best path forward. There's one sword here, two swords there. But the Six of Wands suggests that you will be overcoming that. It's about celebration, about happiness, about kind of a victory. And the Eight of Wands is communication, fast moving energy. So it looks like we're changing from swords to wands. So swords are thoughts, possibly words, whereas wands are a bit more action. They're fire and passion, a bit more movement in the 3D, so a bit more actual action. So why is the Six of Wands here for pile number 2? Okay, so we've got the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, which is this same card as this one, but from a different deck, and the Knight of Swords. So it looks like once you kind of get out of your confusion, your state of confusion, or kind of being a bit up in your own head, you kind of come up with a plan to move forward and get a celebration. And maybe the Page of Pentacles, I would say that's possibly a job, or someone is offering you a new start. You're still a little bit distrusting and want to hold on and not kind of shake up the equilibrium, but the Knight of Swords suggests that you will be forging forward. So who or what? I think it's a message. I think it's a message that, or something that you not necessarily wanted to hear, a truth you didn't maybe want to hear or accept, and it kind of messes you up a bit. But once you kind of take it on board and actually start thinking about it, is what it is, got to move on. And then I think it's looking definitely more positive, and you're feeling ready to just move on and run with it, run with what you know. You've got the Ace of Swords, he's got there, so he's just running with it, and it's helping him to move on. Okay, let's flip your Oracle card. Oh, so we've got waterproof, number 53. That could be the truths just dripping off your water off a duck's back, as it were. So number 53. Crow feathers have a greasy protective coating that prevents water from getting through to the skin. You too have the ability to create a waterproof exterior. When we are waterproof, we are protected from others' draining emotions that can weigh us down. Being waterproof allows you to experience a storm without letting it hold you back. When we are waterproof, the words, actions, and emotions of those around us do not impact our perception of who we are or our self-worth. Casual insults, snarky comments, and emotional vampires don't bother someone who is waterproof. Being dragged into someone else's drama can take an emotional toll and leave you feeling waterlogged. But when you are waterproof, you can be a good listener and a shoulder to cry on without absorbing their emotions, leaving you free to support others in need. Waterproof asks you to create a barrier between the feelings of others and yourself when inner strength is needed. So yes, that kind of makes sense. I think that's probably what you did here. You kind of decided that, whatever other people might think or say or do, you're about you. You're about you, and you're going to keep yourself together. You're going to hold back where you need to. You're not going to worry about replying to stuff or letting things affect you. You're just about you, and you're just dashing forward with your own truth rather than taking on board anybody else's. Okay, pile 2, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hello, if you chose pile 3, this is your reading. There's your Oracle card. We'll flip that at the end and see what advice it's offering. So we will lay some tarot cards. We'll lay 3 cards for the base energy, which will then clarify with a different deck. So I think the base energy for this pile number 3, we'll use the Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords, the Magician, and the Eight of Cups. So the Knight of Swords, potentially a message coming in. Swords tend to be thoughts and words. The Magician is about transformation, really, the ability to transform things. Looks quite strong to me. And the Eight of Cups, generally a card about walking away from 8 broken cups towards the 9 of Cups, which is happiness. Let's see, we'll clarify with the Rider-Waite. Pile 3, why is the Knight of Swords here? So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is normally an opportunity, something that you might have to work at to get off the ground, but it's normally a new opportunity coming in. We have Judgment, which tends to be about taking stock and obviously things being put into balance, things being judged. It's a major arcana, so tends to be, some people interpret it as kind of the universe making the judgment, or rather than free will, but obviously a bit of both is probably involved. And we have King of Wands. So it looks like there is going to be some kind of new opportunity which will possibly take a little bit of weighing up, a little bit of deciding on. The King of Wands, he's passionate, knows what he wants, he's decisive, moves forward. So I think might be an interesting start to the week. So pile 3, why is the Magician here? Got the 6 of Cups, which tends to be a card about the past. Can be memories, can be people returning from the past, childhood memories. 7 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups, which is going to lead us back to the 8 of Cups from the other deck. So this does seem to be more than not likely to be about love. Cups or emotions. So looks like it might be someone from your past is returning. Perhaps they're offering you something, you had to think about it. They're saying we can transform what happened in the past with the 6 of Cups. 7 of Cups is a card generally of choice. He's got to choose maybe one of these cups. Not all got nice things in, not all got nasty things in, but it can be a card of dreams, or I would take it as a choice here. So, and also 6, 7, 8, even though these cards have been shuffled hundreds of times, I would say this is a flow. It's definitely a flow of emotions. So probably from or for someone from the past. There's a little bit of uncertainty, but he is going to walk away from 8 broken cups. Whether this is the 8 broken cups you decide to walk away from, or whether you decide to walk towards it, because for your 9 of cups, your happiness, fulfillment, I think hopefully this will tell us. So why is the 8 of cups here for pile 3? Excuse me while I retrieve the cards from the floor. Okay, these two were the ones that dropped on the floor like this, so I think we'll take them from the top. So the 9 of Cups, well, that's very unusual. 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9. So, yeah, I think you do decide to walk towards your fulfillment, which is probably this person. Yeah, with the 4 of Wands, that's a card of coming together, celebration, quite often called the card of marriage. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but it looks like you do decide to accept this pentacle from someone that you've already had a relationship with, or at least known. and transform kind of anything that happened in the past that wasn't great into something a bit more stable and happy, joyous. But it will take some, on top of the Four of Wands, we have the Strength card. So it will take some strength, internal strength. It will need you to be balanced and not to be too pushy, but to keep your boundaries in place. Be kind of friendly, soft and friendly, but definitely confident. Take some inner confidence. Possibly a Leo. Okay, that's good. So it does look like some kind of message or offer comes in. You take it under judgment. You decide to move forward with it. Decide that the past needs to be transformed. Make the choice to walk away from the past, from 8 broken cups towards your 9 of cups, which seems to be a nice reason to celebrate, and you've got the strength to do it. Okay, let's flip your oracle card, see what advice that says. Ooh, number 1, abundance. Let's read it from the book for you. The crows on one side of the bay know that the cannery is a source for a steady and easy meal, making gathering food an effortless task, and as a result they spend their days enjoying their location. However, the crows who reside on the other side of the bay, where food is scarce, find searching for food much more difficult, and as a result much of their days are spent focused on survival. The crows who do not live on the cannery side of the bay are unaware that an easy food source exists just a short distance away, nor do they have the time or energy to waste exploring areas further away. Abundance brings a reminder that there is a place where you, too, will find a myriad of possibilities. Focus your energy and attention on not what you lack, but what you know is out there waiting for you. Let your intuition be your guide. Abundance may appear if you need a reminder that from your current position you might not see what is out there waiting for you. Of course, most of the time this card represents a positive outcome. However, because these crows can be a bit cheeky, the meaning could very well indicate an abundance of something less favourable, such as an abundance of water in your basement. But for me, I think what it's saying is that you've just got to kind of make the decision that you are going to make it work, that you are going to put effort in, and that effort will pay off. You're going to leave hurt, betrayal, whatever might have happened in the past behind, and move forward and give it a pop. So that's looking quite positive. Have an exciting week. And if you did enjoy this reading, please like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.